Good night, good morning. It is quarter to 2 o'clock in the morning. Uh, this is June 4th, 2021. And the topic of my broadcast is the pride of destiny. I know some of these topics I'm putting together may be a little complicated for some of you, or maybe not. Some of the times that I feel that these things should be brought to the attention of individuals because life is relative to the nature of things and the way we coexist with that. Some of you, or even myself, feel there's nothing else that they can learn or be taught, or at least aspire to, get to the different levels of understanding and different levels of appreciation, and definitely the all pervasive love and compassion of a human being, basically. And these are key phrases and keynotes that you probably have heard before. And you probably might say, well, who are you to speak on such subjects? Or what are you talking about? The pride of destiny. Let's just say, just imagine if you can see for yourself 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, what your life is going to be like. And are you comfortable with where it's heading and what your job and what your position is? I'm going to only use this example because I was in a relationship. And I was told because I'm a 49-year-old man that's going to be turning 50 in 4 months. 50 in 4 months. Okay. And the question was given, well, what do you know about children? You know, in the sense to me, like I said, this is like, I consider this like one-on-one talk between one partner and another at one point when we were. But see, when you get to a point in which where your studies, I'll say it again, this is what I'm on. All right. This is a book that was written by Geshe Gauss, excuse me, Geshe Carlson Getzel. Okay. Uh, this may not mean much to some of you that are watching this on my channel. And when you do see it, you'll understand that I'm serious about my studies and my practice. Thank you. Some of you might see some video of me on TikTok, YouTube, of course, on my channel to show some progression of who I am. Facebook for sure, and Instagram. And this is sponsored by B.U.M.M.A. Know to walk, to talk, to talk. And some of my merch in my store will be on Shopify as soon as I figure out how to, you know, turn all the bells and whistles in that domain to create a store, a virtual display for merchandise so that you can see what it is that I am sharing. I don't like to say sell because see, marketing is like a drug. That's another subject. That's another topic. I'm not going to talk about that. But the pride of destiny is, it all depends. What are your interests and what are your goals? First and foremost, I want to say for me, I don't want to harm anybody. I don't want nobody harming me. And if you can't do what this is supposed to do, this is the entry cavity point of all life. So when you do come out with things to say, it's supposed to give forth life and breed and sustain and nourish and protect. Now, some people cannot do these things because they are caught up. And if you're watching this, you know exactly who you are. You know who you are. Now, if you've entered into my life and you found yourself on the way out, and I'm going to say this to you so you understand that it's nothing against you. I just don't think you really like you appreciate this all of it. I don't think you. I'm sorry. You know, I gotta see what this is about. Okay. Um, excuse me for the time being, but yeah. Um, the thing is this. I just want, my life has turned into, my thing is I'm advocating for everything that I stand for that is good. You ever met someone and you decided to finally get like close to or close to you, and their response is, well, I'll leave you alone. No, pride of destiny, the pride of destiny is a very special conundrum. And I'm saying this for you to understand. Some people don't know what the hell they're talking about when they open their mouth. Excuse me. When you get old, boy, you just push out air from your mouth, your other cavity. But anyway, getting on track of what I was saying before. If you ever met somebody and they ever have said these words to you, I'll leave you alone. The pride of destiny. Let me turn on the fan. This is like it's a heated subject, and my body temperature is going up. That's possibly why I looked. I gotta wash my face. I can't wipe this off. It's just black gold. All right, it's just black gold. Okay. Um, and I just wanted to explain. You guys have to really be careful who you interact with and who interacts with you. You have to have a protection on your life. And I'm not talking about the other stuff that you probably um, might be thinking about. If you don't know, then you will know. And if you know, you won't know. The conundrum again. So the phenomena of what I'm talking about is the destiny of pride, the pride of destiny. And I'm saying this to say, in the same sense, when you get into a relationship with someone, or better yet, a relationship with yourself, you must honor and respect and cherish that. See, some people get things like they get the breath of life in their body, and they have No discourse, no concern, no compassion for the use and its its sense of being grateful. Let me say this to you. Pride is such a double-edged tantra sword, sharp on both sides, sharp on both sides. Cut you left and right, just like your tongue. Now, male or female can use that in the most vicious, destructive, opposing way. This is the reason why, me personally, I'm gonna say this to you. I don't want to get into any serious situation with a woman at this point. With what I understand and who I am and what I represent, I don't think that would be beneficial because there's this thing Bob Marley said back way back then, a rat race. I don't know how, why human beings are fixated on this. Well, I'm just going to outdo this person. I'm gonna outdo that person. First of all, you're in a relationship, right? You got a boyfriend, you got a girlfriend, you got a fiance, you got a husband, you got a wife. You have the mother of your children. You have the father of your children, right? And in some cases, you have the grandfather of your children. You have the grandmother of your children. And then we go higher than that. We have our ancestors, deceased loved ones. There are our ancestors. Once they've made the next into the afterlife, they become an ancestor. So the pride of destiny takes a whole different shape and form. Now, you might be looking at this, you might not be looking at this. And you're probably saying to yourself, well, why is Raymond speaking? Like, what in the world is he talking about? What is he talking about? The destiny of pride, pride of destiny. Do you know where your pride is taking you? Do you know your destiny of your pride? No, these are questions that you listen. I'm just saying this to you. You can question it if you like. Like I said, you could, all right, subscribe or leave a comment after you've taken a look at this and you ask yourself the same question that I'm not asking, I'm telling. Okay? Because this is all based on a relationship with yourself. And before any of you can say anything against or for me, whatever, after this, I'm going to clean and cleanse and detox after this. You can figure out what that is. Acid reflux, guys, this is what happens sometimes. I don't normally eat fried food. I had two pieces of fried wings. You probably seen that on my TikTok, with garnished with some sautéed onions on white rice with avocado. So acid reflux, like I said. I don't normally eat fried food. When I do, I do. It's not every time. It's not every day. But anyway, it's my pride. I eat what I want. Not really, but um, there's a certain dietary regiment that I follow. preceded by fasting. That's just where I am. You know, I'm a seeker. If you don't know by now, I'm a seeker of the truth of this person, this body. So that's the big. That's basically the format of this broadcast. How many of you basically understand where I'm coming from? See, in order for you to understand my destiny, my journey, the pride of my journey, the pride of this destiny, the destiny of this pride, it comes a point in time where you need to actually have some type of education, some type of um, structure. But the infrastructure is yourself. Now, it can't be that. Let me just say this: if somebody in your life, in your time, moving forward, please don't do this to yourself. Don't expect anybody to apologize. Don't expect anybody to just be real. Be honest about how they feel. And let me tell you something. If you find that some people that you thought were like had your best interest at heart, and they have taken their sweet time, they might have they might be a person for their whole life been driving cars with it. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything because that doesn't mean you are better off. And if you're walking, it doesn't mean that you are deprived, lacking of, shortcoming, coming up short. Like that doesn't mean that either. If you okay, see, I speak about the unseen and things that people don't want to talk about or don't have the courage to even have a conversation. Because let me tell you, if you are a person that you can't even sit down and talk with your partner, your friend, because real grown people that have come full circle of where they are in their life and happy with where they are in their life, you can't take that away from them. But doesn't it sometimes feel like this other person here and this other person here are trying to guilt trip you or trying to shame you along the way? And that's why you probably don't hear from them now. And they think they're so smart by telling you, well, I'll let you be and give you your space. No, because the place is here and the time is now. See, whenever you with somebody, and mark my words, when they say to you, oh, she's not, it's not, you can't, no, you know what it is? When people think they're in control, they're out of control. And vice versa. When you think you're in control, you're out of control. And when you're out of control, you're in control. See, sad thing about it is nobody wants to sit and have this talk. You guys rather speak to somebody that's a multimillionaire that has a mansion, travels the world 3 or 4 times a year, has multiple wives, woman that has multiple men of high rank, high status, very affluent, very, prestigious, very. sophisticated. I mean, to the naked eye. But on the other hand, you yourself won't even thumbs me up, thumbs me down, comment. You you know what? You can challenge what I'm saying right now. You could. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. And you're like, what are you doing? You should be in bed with your woman. You can say all those things. But I'll tell you what, you won't find happiness laying next to that woman. You won't find happiness laying next to that man or your children. The pride of destiny, the destiny of pride. This is the reason why I came up with this. Not really by myself, but I figured I would try to explain in layman's terms what that means to me, and I'm sharing it with you. Remember, guys, I'm a forensic peer specialist. All of this stuff that I'm saying to you has incriminated our character and our engagements with other people on one shape or another. When I was growing up, they had this group called Arrested Development. I don't know if you remember them, but I liked them. Their message was clear. So if 10, 15 years down the road later, and I'm going to say we, people of color, cannot unite, stay together, what does that mean? Has the message of Arrested Development proceeded and aided and assisted the pride of our destiny, destiny of our pride? You know, like I said, when this video gets broadcasted and it gets approved by the YouTube team and yada yada yada, leave a comment. But I'm gonna tell you this, just like, and I say this for a reason. This is my guru, Buddha Community Doctor, said everything that befalls upon us are like drops of rain. Little by little, there'll be great gains. My whole life, I have never, ever, ever, ever had a solid relationship with someone where they took my last name and it proceeded for years, years, years. And this is to show you where we are so off the beaten path. I mean, you would think you have a track record, I have a track record. I have a police record. You probably not like me. Not to say mine is to be glorified either. But the main objective of what I'm saying is this beaten path. You would think the person with common sense, logical thinking, common sense is not common no more. And it doesn't make sense. Because for me, being a layperson and being very, very like simple, I'm a simple guy. Give me some food, good drink, and somewhere to sleep. I'm happy. I'm happy. Now, not streets paved with concrete and tar and traffic signs and all of this other stuff and lights and no, a beaten path, meaning a forest, a jungle. The land is soft, the ground is soft. It's inviting. No, so many of us are comfortable with our pride and the destiny we're heading, and we think, hey, we got it made. Me personally, if you ask me my opinion, I would say, I, I'm 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 going to make friends with the beaten path because this concrete and this black tar and all of this stuff, like if you slip and fall on this thing here, you're gonna get hurt. Correct me if I'm wrong. Whether you're playing sports, you're walking, going to work, going to the laundromat, going to the supermarket, or just going to the grocery store, local store, or just gonna go meet somebody. Whatever you're gonna, whatever your preference is right now, whatever you're doing, whatever you're doing. See, this is what I'm doing at 8 minutes after 2 a.m. June 4th, 2021. This is what I'm doing. I'm explaining the title of my broadcast. My Pride and My Destiny, the Destiny of My Pride. Sponsored by Boomer. Know to walk, to talk, to talk. See, I thought of this slogan for a reason. Mark my words. You're gonna see this and you're gonna be like, well, if you don't, it'll be a good time for you to ask yourself the question: do you know the pride of your destiny? Do you know the destiny of your pride? As you see, I'm getting a little bit longer with my live, and I'm just letting you know. Yeah, a lot of people that they, they there's many ways they can go about speaking what they think they know or what they're about, and they have a following. All I can say is when that time comes, when you're able to ascend to altitudes that are as high as what you hear right now in the background as a plane, and still be able to talk like this and not be affected by the climate and the conditions, that is a different kind of awakening. Let that sit with you for a minute. So as I'm getting a little further and further with my life, and it's showing that there's 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 a direction that I'm heading in. There's a direction that I'm heading, and I'm not about being stagnant. I'll tell you that right now. If you're not in this place right here with me, you know you're going. I know you're going. Seriously, I know you're going. Because you don't love me. You're not in love with what I'm saying. You'd rather get angry. You'd rather be jealous. And you'd rather have some kind of fear. Because, first of all, when I tap into something that's not tapping what you want or what you think, and even that bothers you, when it should be something that I'm coming with love and total compassion with what I'm saying to you. Because I want for you what I want for myself. That's happiness. So if you're watching this now, I'll say this to you: be kind and be patient with yourself. For you are kind patient with somebody else.